Hello. If you can hear me, just let me know in the chat or just type yes in the chat if you can hear me. And we will wait for some more time so that more people can join and then we'll start Q&A. In the meantime, you can always post your questions in the chat so I will pick them one by one. If you can hear me, just type yes in the chat. Hello, hello. Am I audible? If you can hear me, uh, let me know. Just type yes in the chat. Thank you, Tripti. And you can always post your questions in the chat. I will pick them one by one. And we will wait for some more time, maybe 2, 3 more minutes. And usually people join a little bit later, so that's there. Yes, few people are joining. Today I will start with one of the very important questions, like many people have been asking recently, is like, is it a good time to come to UK or not? And most people are interested in Canada as well. So there are a few announcements which has been done by Canadian government, which are good, and there are some announcement which UK government did, which is not too good for students. So we will see, and based on that, you can decide whether you want to come to UK or maybe you want to go to Canada. So yeah, I will start with that first, and then I will start taking the questions. So yeah, in that time you can always post your questions in the chat, so I will pick them for sure. Yeah, now let's start. So yeah, recently Canadian government announced that students can actually work more than 20 hours, which is really a good thing if you are planning to work part time. Whereas in Canada, in the UK, you can work only for 20 hours per week. So that is there. On top of that, UK's currency is falling quite badly, and also it is not looking good at this point. Even in terms of PR, I think Canada is a better place to go. Yeah, so far, I think at this point, if you have to make a decision where to go, and if you are really very confused, in my opinion, I think Canada would be a better option, but it also comes down to the location which you prefer. You might not want to go to Canada because of location or something like that. So those are the factors which can come into consideration, which I can't really comment on because it is very subjective. Everybody has their own liking in terms of geographical location and stuff. So that's there, but at this point, I think Canada is looking much better option than UK. But yeah, of course, in Canada you will have masters for like 2 years. So if you want to finish your masters soon, probably you'll have to go to Ireland or maybe India. Oh, sorry, Ireland or maybe UK. So that is there. But then, if you are fresher or if you really don't have any idea about data science or machine learning stuff, then probably you want to have more time to learn things, and you probably won't be comfortable with 1 year master, because then it will go in a very fast pace. So that is there. But yeah, things are not looking good in the UK at this point. A lot of things are getting really expensive, and salaries are still same what we used to get before. Yeah, so that is what my thought is. But yeah, do let me know, what do you think? Do you still feel like coming to UK is a better option than Canada, or are you shifting more towards Canada? So yeah, that is there. Now I'll start taking up the questions which are there in the chat. Is data structures and algorithm is important for data science interviews? So it very much depends on company. Some companies like to evaluate student based on their data structures and algorithm. Some companies don't. I've been through multiple interviews. Some interviews had data structures questions, and some companies didn't have anything of that sort. So that is there. But if I have to talk in general, if you know basics of data structures and algorithm, I think you should be fine. They won't really ask you those complex tree and graph data structures. So yeah, that's there. I'm planning for next September. So would the condition be good for job prospect for data science? So in terms of job, there are jobs in the UK as well, and maybe in other countries as well. Jobs are there for sure, but the competition is really high, and it is same everywhere. Even in India, if you are in your home country, there also the job market is really competitive. So that's there. It will, but inflation and stuff, it will improve or not, that I cannot really comment on, because at this point things are not looking good. So it all depends on government, what type of decisions they take, what policies they make, and I can't really predict what they will do. So in terms of inflation and cost of living, I cannot really comment on, but at this point it is really very expensive to live in the UK. So that's there. But in terms of job, it is there, and I think it will be there next year as well. So yeah, that's my answer. And if you have any follow-up questions, you can always post follow-up questions as well. I will take them. I mean, that's why I do these live stream, because here you can actually come and ask follow-up questions, so that you can get your query resolved in a proper way, rather than just posting one comment and probably I will reply to that, and then you will wait for my comment and you will come back, then I will reply to that comment. I usually reply to all the comments, so that's there. But yeah, I feel like this live stream Q&A is more interactive way to do that. How much deposit do we need to give while booking accommodation in the UK? Is it full amount? So no, it's not like you have to pay full amount. So if you are booking an accommodation, like student accommodation, then probably you'll have to pay the whole amount in three installments, and you'll have to pay little amount, let's say 100, 200 pounds, or maybe 50 pound to book your accommodation. But at the end, you feel like you don't want to go with that. Probably you can cancel that, and some accommodations are refundable, some are not. So you need to get it clarified before paying your initial deposit. But once you have booked your accommodation and you have come to UK, and then you can start paying your whole amount in three different installments. So you can do that. If you want to pay in one go, you can do that as well. I am planning to do iNeuron full data science course before coming to UK for masters, as my background is mechanical engineer. Yes, definitely. Having some prior knowledge is always helpful, and I always suggest people to learn at least programming languages like Python or maybe R, so that they will be familiar with few things. So if you are taking a neuron course, I think it will definitely help you, because you will have basic understanding of all those things. So yeah, that's a really good move. Can you check and let me know, is Wolverhampton is good university and university's course module is good? Okay, I will make a note of this university and I will let you know in the comment section after the stream is over, because I have never heard of this university. I'm hearing it for the first time. Uh, and you're asking for data science course, right? Where where can I learn Python for data science for beginner? So on YouTube there are a lot of channels where you can learn Python, and I mean, yeah, I think YouTube is the best option because when I learned Python back in 2000, maybe 16, 17, I don't remember exactly, but yeah, I learned it from YouTube. Syntax was there, and now I think Code Basics also have a good tutorial. Then Corey Sheffer is a channel where you can learn Python. So yeah, these are some of the channels which I know, but I personally followed uh, Syntax channel. Yeah, so that was the thing which I followed. Where is the next question? Good afternoon, Balamurmi. Can you uh, please briefly explain the interview process in UK for data science role, specifically the type of rounds they do? Yeah, so there are some live coding as well. I mean, out of 4 5 interviews where I sat, two of them had live coding. So usually it starts with, let's say, introductory phone call where they get to know you and they tell you about the role and things. And in that call you might feel like it's just a friendly call, but they also assess how well you are able to communicate, because they always ask you about yourself and what you did and what is your background and stuff. So they test your communication skills in that call. They usually don't mention, they just like, it's a friendly call, we just want to get to know each other, that's all. But it's important that you present yourself in a good way in that as well. After that, they will probably give you a take home assignment or something like that, where you they will give you a problem statement which you have to solve, or maybe they will give you a test link on Hacker Earth where you will have to solve some coding round. So that's when data structure and algorithm comes in. After that, they will have one-to-one interview where they will probably give you some problems and you will have to solve them. It could be based on data science, it could be based on data structure and algorithm, depending on the company. And then they will also ask your approach, why you took that particular approach. And if you are doing that take home assignment thing, then again they will ask you why you chose a particular algorithm, why you did data manipulation in that way. And if you are missing something, then probably they will ask you, why didn't you perform that particular operation. So you should be good with whatever things you chose. After that, there will be a proper technical round where they will ask you a few technical questions related to data science, statistics, machine learning, deep learning, everything. And probably after that, you will have some HR round, or they also call it as behavioral and cultural round, where they assess your behavior. They will give you some questions based on some scenario, and you will have to tell them what you will do in that particular scenario. So that is one thing. And sometimes this round can also happen at the very beginning. So it's kind of permutation and combination. It's not like it will always have this particular uh, set format. So yeah, these are some of the rounds which you can expect in most of the data science job interviews. Uh, what are class timing usually in masters? Classes are every day or alternate days? It's not like they are every day or they are alternate days. Usually you can have four classes or 4 days per week, something like that. First semester I had classes from 3 to 4 days each week, and sometimes they were continuous, sometimes they were alternate days. So it was like that. Next semester, like second semester, I had classes every day for 5 days a week, but it was not like the whole day. It was just like 1 hour or 2 hours class or something like that. So you get a lot of time to work on other things as well. So yeah, you get a lot of time. What is the average rent in the UK for one student? Are off-campus accommodation cheaper than? Yes, I think off-campus accommodations are cheaper. I mean, I can talk about Newcastle. Obviously, cities bigger than Newcastle are expensive. Let's say Manchester or London or Bristol, Leeds, they are expensive. So when I came here, I booked my accommodation on Spare Room. If you don't know, it is one of the platform where you can go and find accommodations. Spare Room is like you can get one room in a house where I'm living right now. So this is the other room. Before this, I was in some other house. So there, I've got my room for £280 per month, which was really very cheap and probably the cheapest accommodation that I had in my batch. And I found that on Spare Room. But the problem with that is you might get into some scam or something. So that is there. But so far, I think people are genuine, and there are very less chances that you might get scammed. So that is there. But yeah, on Spare Room you can find cheaper accommodation in UK, and it is relatively cheaper than student accommodations. But you will have peace of mind if you are booking student accommodation, if you are coming out for the first time. Even it was for me the first time coming out of India, but I took a risk and it paid off. So it's always risk versus reward. So yeah, usually when you book accommodation outside campus or student accommodation, it's cheaper. Um or there is no pattern. Yeah, so like I was talking, it's not exactly a very rigid pattern. It can be flexible, but usually universities like to follow some sort of pattern. So yeah, it's like that. It's kind of flexible. I have joined PGP DSC in Great Lakes. I am from accounting background. How can I pick up fast? Anything I should do practically. So whatever they will cover in your course, I think it should be good enough. So try to focus on the assignments that they give, study materials that they have provided, and do attend all the lectures. Don't skip on that. And on top of that, if you get some time, if you feel like you have some time and you are done with all your assignments and stuff, you can always go on Kaggle and you can probably search for classification problem, regression problem, time series problem, and things like that. And one thing is you can solve that problem by yourself, or the other thing is you can go to the code section or discussion section and you can read other people's code, how they are approaching that particular problem. So that way you will get understanding how they are solving the problem, because those people have been in data science or they have been solving problems for a very long time. And not like everybody will be posting a very good code. So if you are someone very new, probably you won't understand if it's a good thing or not. But when you read some code and they have properly documented with the proper markdowns and comments, then I think those people are kind of experienced. But it's not always the case. So that's there. But that is one way you can read code, other people's code, and you can see what procedure they follow, what data science lifecycle they are following. And of course you should actually solve those problems on your own as well, because that way you will get hands-on experience, and obviously you will, if you put them on your GitHub, it will look good, and people or hiring managers will be like, okay, this candidate is actually really good and maybe much more interested in actually learning those things. So yeah, you can do those kind of things and it will definitely help. And if from lecture videos you're not able to understand something, always go on YouTube and search for that particular topic. And also on Medium you can search, because some articles are really good. So yeah, those are a few things that you can try. Which university you would suggest with budget itna pound? I still need to do a little bit of research. I don't really remember university's name based on their fees, because maybe that university was in that particular bracket last year, but they might have increased their fees or something like that. So I will have to look into this, and I'm planning to make a video where I will discuss about some of the good universities which are budget or pocket friendly. So yeah, I will make that video soon, probably within a week or so. Yeah, so I'll make a video. Some news stating that PSW going to end. Is that true? That's a comment that the government has done. So that is there, but anyways, their economy is not looking too good, and if they do that, it will be another hit on their economy. So I hope they won't do that. But yeah, talks are going on, so I can't really say that they are gonna end it, but possibilities are. But I hope they won't do because it is gonna be bad for their economy. Bro, is it necessary to learn Python differently to complete masters in data science, or can we learn? Yeah, I mean, you don't really need to learn Python specifically for data science. There's nothing like that. It's just when you say Python for data science, it includes pandas, NumPy, Matplotlib, Seaborn, things like that. But if you are good with your Python, raw Python skills, and you can build logics, it won't take much time to pick up those packages which I mentioned earlier. So, yeah, it's not like you have to learn Python specifically for data science. Difference between business analytics and data science, it's completely different thing. So business analytics is like you are a bridge between your data science team and your stakeholders. So uh, you will take problem statement from your stakeholders, and you will give it to your data science team, and they will solve that. So you will take a problem statement from a very layman perspective, and then you will convert it into a technical problem, and then you will give it into your data science team's hands. So, and they will be solving those things. So that is a task of business analyst or business analytics. Data science is like collecting the data, manipulating the data, doing a little bit of data analysis, and after that they will train models and then deploy it. So that's the job of data scientist. So data science is a very technical stuff. Business analytics is more like soft skill plus some sort of technical skills. And if in while answering these questions, if I miss some questions, don't feel like I've skipped your question. I might have just missed it because questions are popping up. So if I missed your questions, do put down your questions again. I will hopefully take that question. Yeah. So yeah, where were we? Difference. Yeah, that is done. Did your current employer offer the sponsorship by themselves, or you had to ask them specifically? In general, how did the conversation go? So yeah, in this scenario, they gave me sponsorship by themselves. It's actually a startup, and they haven't sponsored anyone before. So they are first applying to get verified and get it on the sponsored list companies on UK's website, UKVI, or UK government website. And that's why it is taking a little bit of time. And I will be the first person whom they will be sponsoring. So I did not ask them to sponsor my visa. It was just they told me that they will be sponsoring my visa. So that is there. But one thing that you can do is you can join a company. That's what some of my friends are doing. They joined the company, and company was not offering sponsorship because that is what hiring managers say, and that is what in the best interest of the company. But when you go to the company, when you work for like a month or so, and if you show them yes you are a capable candidate, you can always talk to your manager, the project manager, and sometimes they agree to sponsor your visa. So that is something that you can do. And it has been worked for a few people. And also sometimes what happens is you can tell them that let's say they are offering you 40K pound per annum. You can tell them that you can reduce my salary a bit, but you can sponsor my visa. So they can do that as well, but then they will reduce the salary quite a bit. So whatever works for you, I mean, whatever you like, you can actually have these kind of conversation with your manager. So it works. I mean, learning Python is necessary before starting the class, or It is a part of masters. Not all universities cover programming, so when you are applying to some of the universities, just see if they have programming for data science module or something called as programming as part of the course. Then definitely they will teach you programming. But it is, at least in my opinion, if you someone who is very new to programming, learning programming in just a month, it's not hard, but it's hard to master that language. So you might struggle throughout the program. So yeah, some universities do cover programming. Not all universities do, but it's advisable to learn Python before coming for your masters. So so that it will be a little bit easier for you to do assignments. How is Aston University? In general, the university is good, and as far as I remember, their course content is also good. So yeah, if you are interested in Aston University, it could be a good option. Same goes for Coventry, because Coventry, I was looking into their course content just yesterday because someone had asked, and their course content looks good. Also, it is quite close to London as well. So if you are planning to go for conferences and stuff, Coventry is again a good university. I just don't remember the exact fees. Probably it was 18K or something close to that. So that's there. But if you can get some sort of scholarship, it will be even better. But even without scholarship, I think it's a good university. Is UK safe for international student? Yeah, so far I haven't faced any issues here. People are friendly. Yeah, maybe you will find one person in like thousand who will be racist, but that is the case literally everywhere. So I personally haven't found any issues here, so it seems safe for me at least. What was the average academic performance of your class? How competitive were your batchmates? Just curious. Um, so most of my batchmates were from very different backgrounds. Some people were from uh, medical background. Some people were from mechanical. Some people were from electrical, and some had lot of experience, but they were very new to data science. So that is there. In terms of competitiveness, I think most people used to get score of around 70 to 75. Some people who were very good at writing reports and stuff, they used to get 80s. So yeah, that was the thing. It was not like they were competing against each other, rather everybody was working towards each other. So it was more like a community than a competition. That's why I never felt it in a competitive way. But I think if I have to answer your question, like probably it was like 70 to 75, I think, which is above uh, what do you call it? Distinction. Yeah, so that is there. And as for me, before, I mean, dissertation results hasn't come yet, so I don't know what will be my final score. I currently have 73.9%, I think. Yeah. So that's my score if you are interested. But yeah, that is also there. Like a few people have failed in some of the subjects. It's not like everybody pass in just one go. So some people did fail and they had to retake the exam. So yeah, that is there. So don't be really, I mean, ignorant, or don't take it too lightly, because at times it can get hard, and you might not be able to complete the assignments on time, or maybe you won't be able to give your 100%, or maybe you will just not able to understand something, and it will take more time to understand that particular thing, and because of which you won't be able to do your assignment. So there are a lot of things. So yeah, take your assignment seriously, and as and when it comes, start doing that assignment. If possible, do a video with Coventry data science student about their experience. Yeah, if I can find someone who is pursuing their masters at Coventry University, I will definitely invite them on the channel, and I will, and if they're comfortable, I will ask them to share their experience. I can do that. Yes. What part-time job you used to do? How did you manage your time along with studies in college? So I didn't do any part-time job, but I was doing my internship, which started in April. So yeah, that was there. But luckily for me, my internship, the project, what I was doing as part of my internship, I took that same project for my dissertation. So there was nothing additional which I had to work for my masters or for my university. So that was there. But there are many people who were doing part-time jobs. So during masters, I think they did not do. Uh, I mean, during assignment submission or something like that, they did not do much of part-time job, because when you have to submit your assignments and stuff, it takes quite a lot of time. So, and here it's very flexible if you are working as a part-time, because when you tell them that I have my assignment submission coming close, I won't be able to come to work, they are totally fine with that. So it's not like you cannot manage things. It's very much manageable and it's very flexible. For me, I was working on my obviously masters. I had my internship. I also have YouTube, where I make quite a lot of content for you guys, so that it will be helpful. And also, I'm working on one of my own project idea or startup, you can say. So there are a lot of things, and along with those things, I was doing this masters. So I was able to manage. So I'm pretty sure someone with masters and part-time job, they can manage as well. If possible, do a video. How can uh, looking back, how was applied AI course? Was it more exhaustive and industry oriented compared to masters? Did with placement assistant? So first, I'll answer your last questions. No, I did not try placement assistant because I was already looking forward to masters. So I was not really interested in. But I had some of the time where I was applying to universities. So I had some free time, so I took applied AI course just to learn things. And I would say masters in the UK is more oriented towards your job market, I would say, as compared to applied AI course, because applied AI course had a lot of maths and stuff, which I enjoyed because I like maths. That's why I'm doing data science and machine learning stuff. So that's there. But after coming to masters here, it was more of a practical stuff rather than mathematical things. So it was like exploring a lot of different things in data science domain, and then you can probably pick one where you want to specialize, and then you can take your final project in that particular domain. So it was something like that. And applied AI course actually helped me quite a lot in my masters because I knew most of the things, so it took less time for me to cover in masters. So yeah, that's it. For you, it's 1 year course, right? Yes. When did you start your internship? How hard it is to get internship? So yes, my masters is for 1 year, and it started in September 21. I got my internship in April 22. I did not apply for any part-time job or internship in my first semester because it was very new. I was new to writing reports and stuff. I mean, I was definitely not the best one to write, but eventually I learned how to write report, and I got to a point where I was able to. Just a second. So yeah, I was yeah. So I was trying to uh, focus more on my masters, and after that, when I went into the second semester, there I started looking for, and it started in February, and there I started looking for internship and stuff, and that's when I thought, uh, let's try to find some internship. And I used to go to meetups and stuff, and there I was able to find someone like National Innovation Center of Aging's director, and there I talked to him, and he was starting a project. So to set up the whole project, it took them around 2 months or something. So that's why I started my internship in April, and that's when I started working on that. And about how hard is it to find internship? It's like how much you're meeting people. it depends on that. If you are just working on your masters and if you are not really going out in meetups and stuff and just applying on different portals, I think it's sort of hard to find internship, but it's not impossible for sure, because some of my friends did get internship from different portals, and universities also post some of the internship, so that is also there. So yeah, it's not like very hard, but you have to go to a lot of different meetups and stuff, and there you can probably find some internship. Your traveling experience within UK, did you visit Scotland? Oh, Scotland is still on my bucket list, so I still need to go to Scotland. I haven't been in Scotland. And the problem in the UK, because lately I have been looking to places to go, but the problem here is a lot of different places which are like let's say Lake District. Public transport is not taking me there. Maybe I can go till certain point, and then probably I'll have to take cab or something. And I don't know if I'll be able to find cab there. So if you have your own car here in the UK, you are good to go. You can literally go anywhere. But if you are someone who is relying more on public transport, it's actually hard. So that is one thing which I realized after coming here, and that is something which I really appreciate about India, because in India, wherever I had to go, I could literally go by public transport. I didn't really have to rely on my own bike or even car, so that was there. And also the driving license which I had, it was valid only for 1 year, so now it's been more than a year, so that is also not valid, so I can't even rent a car, so that is there. But yeah, I have plans of going to Scotland. And I mean, I don't know, my channel is not really about traveling and blogging and stuff. It's more like a data science and technical stuff, so it won't be good to share things. But if I want to share my experience about traveling in the UK, I can probably have another separate channel. But it will be too much work, I know, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see. If I feel like yes, I can squeeze out little bit of time from my schedule, I can probably have another channel where I will share my traveling experience. Yeah, are data structure and algorithms important for MSc data science, or Python and its libraries would be sufficient? So for masters, maybe you don't really need in-depth data structures and algorithm, but to get a job, probably you need basics of data structures and algorithm, because sometimes company do ask, which I answered earlier in this live stream also. Bro, I have solved 608 questions on LeetCode. That's amazing. And have a 6 star on HackerRank. Nice. And I am in first year. Give will it give me an advantage if you want to apply for internship in DRDO? It should, yes. You have solved quite a lot of problems on LeetCode, so I'm pretty sure that you would be really good with your coding skills, and you have 6 star on HackerRank as well. So definitely, it could be a very good advantage for you. But what I will also suggest you is to work on some projects now, because your coding skills look really good to me. And now work on some full in-depth projects, and probably you can put them in your portfolio and have a nice website sort of thing. You can easily code it in on using Git pages. I have a tutorial for that on my page if you want to do that. And have different projects and put it in your own portfolio. That will make your overall profile really good, and it will definitely give you upper hand when you want to apply for internship in DRDO. Why did you choose Newcastle? So I have a dedicated video related to this topic. There were a lot of different factors, so do check out that video. It will give you a good understanding about that. What mathematical concepts are needed in data science? So statistics, probability, calculus, matrix manipulation, and probability. Did I say probability is also required? And algebra, linear algebra. So these are the mathematical concepts that are needed for data science. I'm good, Rish. I hope you are doing good as well. Can you comment on MSc Artificial Intelligence Harriet Watt University? I have got offer letter from. So yeah, this course at Harriet Watt University is good because when I was applying, I had looked into the course content. So if they have not changed much or if they have improved it, then that's a good thing. So yeah, the course content looks good to me, but I will again go through the course content because what if they have changed something and things like that. So I will um, look into the course content. I will just make a note of the university name and the course so that I can let you know in the comment section. Yeah. Job opportunities in data science in UK. I have multiple videos discussing this on my channel, so do check out that as well because it will take quite a lot of time to discuss this in this live stream. Yeah. Uh, but yes, job market is definitely very competitive right now. Like a lot of people are here looking for jobs, and there are job openings. You can always go on LinkedIn and you can do like data science jobs in the UK. You will see a lot of openings. So in short, if I have to explain, that is there. But I have videos how to find job in the UK. There are offered different ways. It's not like just going on LinkedIn or some job portal. There are different ways how you can apply for jobs and what type of jobs are there in the UK, all the IT skills, those are which are important to find a job. So I have a lot of videos regarding this on my channel, so do check out that. I think I have a proper playlist. So if you go to playlist section, probably you will find something useful there. Which module seemed the toughest to you while pursuing MSc Data Science? So I had one module called Data Science in the Wild. In that, we had to interact with the stakeholders, and they were not from technical background, so they had some problems, and we had to solve those problems using all the skills we learned. And the hardest part was to understand what exactly they want, and we had just 1 week, I think 2 week, yeah, it was just 2 weeks, and we had to solve that particular problem. So first few days went into understanding about the problems. On day one, they explained about their problem, what they have and what they want us to solve. But after that, we were working on that, we had some ideas. On the second day, when we discussed about that, they completely changed the problem. They realized that that was not the problem, but the problem was completely different. So we had to again restructure everything. And then after that, we had to come up with some different type of solution. It was very unstructured module, I would say, but it was the most fun, uh, and obviously quite challenging as well. So that was the module which I felt like was the toughest and the most challenging one, I suppose. Yeah, so I have answered all the questions, but yeah, feel free to post other questions as well. We still have around 15 minutes. Was my live stream dropping in between, or was I audible properly, or was there any stream drop, or I don't know, because I got a message from my brother saying that my stream was not working properly. Okay, yeah, it lagged a bit. So if you weren't able to understand me or whatever I was saying, if you weren't able to hear that thing out, I mean, pose that question again. I'd be more than happy to answer that question again. Do the professors provide a lecture note? There are each lecture like in India. So I don't know about all the other universities, but here in my university, in Newcastle University, they for first few modules they had all the lectures recorded, so we had access to all the videos. So it was not like we had to go to lectures to attend that. So that was the positive thing I would say, because I don't really like sitting in lectures and hearing professor talk for like hours, because I lose concentration after like 10-15 minutes, so it's kind of waste. So I had access to all the lecture videos, so I was able to finish them in a relatively faster way. I used to watch them at around 1.25 or 1.5x speed. And with each module there was notes, and also with some in some modules with each video you had notes. So yes, they do provide lecture notes, so you don't really have to write them on your own. But the good thing about writing on your own is when you write with your own hand, you tend to remember things more. So if you like making notes and stuff, you should do that. But if you don't, they do provide you all the lecture notes, so that's there. Hey Sajan, yeah, I'm doing good. I hope you're doing well as well. Well, would you say knowledge in data structures and algorithm would be tested during interview for data science? They do test, like I talked about that in this video multiple times. In interviews, some companies do test your data structures and algorithms knowledge. So it all comes down to what company wants from you. If it's a big company, let's say service based company, and they don't know on which project you will be working on, so they will test everything, your data structures algorithm, your obviously your communication skill. All the companies do test this communication and your behavioral skills, and also data science skill for sure if you are applying for data science roles. So yeah, companies do try to test you on all those things. Attendance rules in the UK university. So when I came here, it was still sort of COVID time. So almost in my first semester, attendance was not mandatory. If you want to attend lectures or labs, you could attend online. That was there. But after that, in first semester, attendance was mandatory. So if you miss one or two classes, we used to get emails. So we had no idea. I mean, we had some idea, like yes, they, because we did get some email from the university, like they will be taking all that attendance seriously from second semester. But we were so used to not tapping on the attendance marker, we just used to forget about tapping. So we used to get mails like, we saw that you were absent, so go to your program director or instructor and talk to them about the lecture and stuff. So yes, they do take attendance seriously, but at that time it was not that serious. So I'm not sure at this point how serious they would be. But yeah, I think they do consider that. But if you are attending your classes, and if you tend to forget to mark your attendance, probably you can go and talk to your professors. They usually remember who attended and who did, so that should be fine. And you actually don't have to worry about attendance, because there aren't a lot of classes. It's hardly like 4 or 5 classes every week, and it's not like you have to sit in class for like whole day. So it's always good to attend classes. Uh, and while attending classes, you will meet a lot of different people from different backgrounds, and also you will get to talk to your professors and ask feedback from them, ask them how to learn a particular stuff. So it's always good. Do the reputation of university matter? Are there universities which are looked good down upon by the recruiters? So those huge universities, like all the top Russell Group universities, definitely they have good reputation because they work really closely with different companies, and they have a lot of research based project in collaboration with all those companies. So yes, companies do have few universities in their mind saying that okay, these are the very good universities. So that is there. But if you go to market and in general, like let's say small companies, small startups and stuff, they don't really care much about from which university you are, as long as you have the required skills, you have a good portfolio, and you demonstrate your skills in interviews properly. That's all what matters. So don't go on the ranking and rankings are just a scam. I personally think like that, because some universities just pay like huge amount to these bigger platform, let's say QS global ranking and times ranking, something like that. So yeah, they can pay and they can get like good ranking, so that's there. So don't really trust those rankings. And if you like the course content, and if you feel like the way the course is structured, the way the lectures are being conducted, and the way they are assessing your skills are well suited for you, I think that is the university for you. So don't really worry much about the ranking of the university or reputation of the university. So yeah, that's it. And if a university is having good course curriculum, the better way of teaching and better way of assessing your skills, they automatically will have good reputation. So that is there. Reputation and ranking is actually a very different thing, but I mixed both of these. So I hope I have answered your question. If not, feel free to post it again, and I will probably just restructure your question in a different way. Are career fairs in universities worth it? Yes, definitely, because I skipped one career fair, but one of my friend went to that, and they get to meet a lot of different recruiters, and they get their pamphlet and stuff, and also you get a lot of goodies. So that is there. But yeah, you get to talk to them, and you can always give your email to them, and they revert back to you saying that we have this particular opening. If you are interested, you can apply to that. And then yeah, it definitely helps, and it does not take a lot of time going to those meetups, sorry, uh, career phase. So it's always good to go there and at least have a look. If it is not useful for you, you can always leave at whatever time you want, but it's always good to go to those kind of career fairs. Thoughts about University of Sheffield. So I will make a note of this university also, and I will let you know in the comment section once the live stream is over. And I am assuming that you are asking for data science course. I have an offer from University of Essex for MSc Applied Data Science for 1 year. I am worried as I am from non-coding background. I mean, you don't really have to be worried. It's like when is your course starting? Did you mention that? No. So if your course is starting in January, you still have quite a lot of time. So you can definitely learn Python programming, which will definitely give you some confidence, and it will not be as hard as you might think. So yeah, and also focus much on your report writing skills right from your first assignment. So those are the things which, if you do, I think you should be fine. So you don't really have to be very scared about, and it should be all good. And always, when you feel like you are stuck somewhere, do reach out to your professors, do reach out to your classmates, which you feel like know stuff and they are good at. It's always good to ask for help. You will be just fine. Are there unis which have a bad reputation among recruiters? Uh, I don't know. I mean, I can't really name any university. Probably I'll have to research a bit on this, because if I just blabber about something, it won't be good for you. But I think what happens is, if there is a student or a candidate from a particular university, and if they apply for some role, I can tell you one good example. So one of my friend, obviously she was from Newcastle University, so she applied to one company, and they were in talks, and they were like, we would like to offer you this job. But she was like, I have another offer from a company, and it is based in Newcastle, so I don't want to reallocate, so I won't be taking your offer. So that recruiter was like too possessive, and he was like, it's really bad that you are considering other companies also, and you have applied to other companies as well, which I felt like it's completely illogical. And how can you do that? Because it's like they are not interviewing other candidates, they were just interviewing her. So it was so bad to hear that kind of thing from that company. And I had also applied to that company, I mean, after all these things happened. And I didn't know that all these things has happened when I told my friend that I have applied to this company. And then she was like, oh, this thing happened with that company. And as soon as I applied, they just rejected my application. So they just saw me that I am from Newcastle University. They probably just rejected my application then and there. So if a company has a very narrow-minded work culture, or at least the recruitment team, then probably this could happen, that they have a image of a particular university which they have made it as bad because they had a bad experience with one of the candidates from that university. So that could happen definitely. But in general, I don't think that would be the case. As long as you have good knowledge, experience, and projects in your profile, I think you should be fine. But I will look into that in more depth, and I'll see if that is the case, or if there are some majority of the companies they have blacklisted some of the universities. If that is the case, I will definitely let you know in the next live stream, or maybe I'll make a dedicated video about that. I will note down this question because it seems like an interesting one. Yeah. Oh, so yeah, I have noted down the Sheffield data science. Yeah, MSc data science. I'll let you know in the comment section. So yeah, if you have Jan intake 23, definitely you have some time, and you should be able to learn programming. I have watched most of your videos, and I really appreciate the content. Thank you so much. These kind of words really motivate me to make more such videos, and I really like helping you guys. Because I know, because I have so many people in my batch, they literally didn't know anything about data science, and also they could not find the kind of content which I am making, uh, because they were very new and they just came in data science, and in the beginning they find it really hard to cope up with everything because they were new to programming. They didn't know, they had lost track of mathematics long back. So I tried to help them as much as I could, and that's why I'm making these kind of videos where people are coming for masters from different background. They can learn few things, and which will make their way a little easier to go through their masters. So yeah, I'm glad that videos are helping you guys. Good to hear from you again. Could you please go through this university's module and let me know if it's good for data science? Here is the link. I could not find anything. Maybe you will post it again. Follow-up question. How hectic can the assignments and workload of the course be for new programmers for applied data science? So it again depends on your university's curriculum. For my university, we had to cover two modules per month. Yeah, so that was pretty hectic for people who didn't know anything about data science, because they had to do two assignments every month, which is quite a lot of work. But there are some universities, let's say this Nottingham University, where you get around 2 to 3 months to work on each project, which is quite a lot of time to work on a project. So if you are very new, uh, I would highly suggest you to go to the universities which have less number of modules, and they're giving you a lot of time to work on these stuff. So yeah, that's there. But if you have these like these amount of modules in a very short span of time, then probably it will be hard. How much ML and DL should I learn for data scientist role? How much? Hmm. It's a complex question because there was an interview where they asked me very basics about machine learning and stuff, like how the algorithm works and stuff. And then there was this interview where they literally asked me uh, some sort of mathematical expressions, like how this particular optimization will work, what type of loss function we should use, and uh, what type of linear model you will use. And there is this linear model and there is this tree based model, and if you pass in the data which is not seen by both of the models, or it is out of the limit, how they will react to that. So they can ask all sorts of complex questions as well. So again, it depends on the interviewer how good knowledge he or she has, and also what are the requirements for a particular company. So yeah, it totally depends. So it's always better to be very good with like machine learning and deep learning, with all the mathematical concepts and their basic working also. Yep, it happens. Some companies are a little too sensitive. Yeah, true. Which is not good. I mean, it's not also good for companies' culture also, because they might lose out on really good candidates. How is the UK situation in terms of immigration and inflation now? Doesn't seem like in favor of students. What's your view? Yes, I literally discussed this in the starting of the video. At this point, even I am convinced that Canada is probably the better place to go, because they are offering around more than 20 hours a week working hours for students. So that's a really good thing. And inflation is really bad here in the UK. So if you are a student and if you are not working, and if you are just if you're just relying on your savings, things can get really expensive. And also the housing market, or at least the rental market, is not looking really good. I was looking to shift a place, and I was looking for some houses to rent. It's really expensive now, and it's really hard to find one, let alone expensive. So yeah, things are not looking good in the UK at this point. So I'm not gonna lie, uh, it's not good. But let's see what happens. I don't really have much choice. But yeah, if you are planning to come, uh, do make your decision based on everything, course, and if PR is your priority, then consider that as well. So there are a lot of things. So do thorough research, and based on that, make your decision. Yeah, and there are a lot of different YouTubers also. They will still say that UK is the best place to come in. So maybe it is best for them from their point of view. It's there, but it's at the end of the day, you know your situation the best. You know what is good for you. So I would always suggest to maybe listen to everyone, listen what they have to say, but then make your own decision based on your own situation, because that would be the best decision that you will take, and later on you won't regret on that whatever decision you make. So that's why I never try to actually influence people, or that's why I don't always say that. I don't answer questions in zeros or ones. If somebody asks is UK good to come, I don't just say yes or no. I always try to explain my point of view, so that if that is not what is relevant for them, they can always take that as a no maybe, or yes, whatever they feel. So that's why I always try to explain my answers to people. I don't think the link appears. Yeah, actually the link which you were talking about, it's not there. So yeah, if you can post it again. Can you let me know the modules for ML and DL that I should study before my September intake, Messy Data Science? The main modules that we use for machine learning is sklearn. Obviously, XGBoost module is also there, which you can use specifically for XGBoost. And recently, cat boost is also there. Not exactly recently, but it is relatively newer than XGBoost and stuff. So you can maybe look into those kind of things. sklearn is probably the best module to look into, and with that, you will be able to cover most of the machine learning algorithms. For deep learning, you can look into Keras TensorFlow, or if you can look into PyTorch, that would also be a good thing. So those these are the modules which you can look into. How is the DevOps program at Newcastle. I don't know. I have not looked into the course, and I didn't even know that there is a DevOps course at Newcastle University. I will probably look into that. But to be very fair, I don't have much experience in DevOps, so I will still look into the course. If I feel like yes, I can relate to it, I will probably comment on something. But I'm not the expert in DevOps, so yeah, that's there. But I can ask people around maybe if they know something. How much are you paying for rent? So the room in which I am living in, I am paying £440 month, and it is including bills and stuff. So that's a good deal for me because the room is also quite big. It's kind of messy, so I don't want to show it just now. I could have just rotated my laptop, but then it's all kind of set up, so it will be hard for me. So that's there, but yeah, it's a kind of big room. I can probably give a tour sometime if I have some different channel maybe. So on that, but yeah, I am paying 450, and room is quite big. It's I have a big window there. You can see on my glass maybe. Yeah, so yeah, I'm paying £440. This is good for me, I think. Hey, I wanted some help with the decision whether I should go for MSc in software development, kind of thing, or data science. Which field has better job opportunity and salary? Equally interested in both. Mm, I think software development should have more opportunities because most of the companies already have a software, or some companies want to make software. So that is there. Not all companies want data sciences because if a company is relatively small, they first want to make a good product uh, rather than trying to improve their business in the first go. So I think software development will have more opportunities, and salary is definitely more for software developers, which is what I have seen here in the UK. So if you are interested in both equally, then definitely going for software development should be a better option. State University in the US. Appreciate if you could go through the modules and leave a comment. Okay, I will make a note of this university as well. KLA, Oklahoma State University. And the courses are MS Business Analytics and Data Science. Okay, so today we have got a lot of questions. It's fine, I'll answer everything. I'm not buying many YouTubers as some create for sake and some polish the overall situation. I am getting info from many. Yeah, that's a good thing. I mean, that's what I suggest everybody to do that. And most people just make video just for the sake of making video, like you told. So they get some news and they will just go through that and they will make a video out of that so that they can get views, which is not good. I mean, I really hate that thing because it actually affects quite a lot of people because they trust them and they just take that. So that's a good thing that you're doing your own research, which is really good, and that's what everybody should do. How is your social life, and how many foreign friends have you made? Um, I'm an introvert, so I don't really make a lot of friends, but I do have some foreign friends. You can say around three, four, and in total, the number of friends which I have made here in the UK is probably six. So not a lot of friends, and yeah, so it's equal. Like Indians and foreigners, they are on equal scale. So I have friends, I do talk to them, and I have helped them, they have helped me. So when you come here, you really need to have some sort of good environment so that you don't feel alone. For me, that is not a problem because I like to stay in my room and work on different things. If somebody doesn't make a plan, there won't be a plan. I will never make a plan. But if somebody makes a plan, I always say yes to that because I know that I'm not going to make any plan and I will end up staying in my room. So if somebody asks me to go on a coffee, let's say, or let's go out for a walk or something, I always say yes. So in that regard, I think yes, I'm fine. But in general, I like to stay in my room and work on all sorts of different things. Sir, please tell if I can arrange 20 lakh. Will it be enough to come to UK for MS? It depends on the university's fee, because if you are taking some universities and their fees is around 14 lakh, I think 20 lakhs should be fine. But I think you still need 9 lakh as part of your living expense, which you need to show in your visa application. So you at least need around, let's say, 25 lakh or something to get your visa. But to live in the UK, and if your fees is around 14 lakh, I think you should be fine with 20 lakh. So yeah, that's it. Yes, I mean DevOps with cloud engineering. Yeah, sure. I will look into it and I will let you know. Scope of cloud computing in the UK for a UK job market. I have a video about the most in-demand IT skills, and cloud computing is definitely there. So, a lot of companies do want cloud computing or cloud engineers because everything is moving towards cloud. No company wants to have their own hardware infrastructure. So, yes, there is a demand of cloud engineers. You mentioned it has good job opportunities in other video. Yes, definitely. In terms of job opportunity, there are a lot of different companies who are looking for DevOps. But what exact skills you need to be a DevOps, I'm probably not the best person to give you advice on that. But definitely, there are so many companies who want a DevOps engineer. I realized you cannot see the link, so I left the name of the university and the course. Yeah, I have noted down the university name and course. I will look into that. I'm waiting for the room tour then. Sure, I will try to do that. Is a current room also from spare room? Yes, it is from spare room. Do you deal with a lot of bio-related stuff while working? Bio-related stuff. I didn't get your question. Why bio-related stuff? Because uh, I'm a part of a company which is dealing with the health sector data. Is that your question? I value is the masters in UK rather than doing a PhD in Canada with the amount I have to spend. Also, since I am shifting from Mech BE to data science, will have better impact. Yeah, that is true. Even I feel like that is a good thing to do because masters hold more weightage as compared to PhD diploma. So yes, and also I think they both are going to cost almost similar, even if you're coming to UK or if you're going to Canada. So that is there. And if you're doing masters in Canada, it will be of 2 years, and probably you'll have to spend even more. Yes, definitely you can get masters for free in Canada also, but I'm not sure if you are looking for research based, because you are from mechanical, so you would actually want to learn stuff rather than straight away getting into research based learning. So I think you seem to be on a right track. So I hope you, whatever decision you make, it will be the best decision for you, and all the best. Thank you for replying. It was really helpful. I'm glad. STEM course in US versus MSc in UK for data science. Um, if we just talk about, I mean, I cannot really comment on the courses and stuff because I haven't looked into the course content of US universities. But I mean, have a video about this US versus UK. So based on current state scenario, you can probably look into US universities because their things are looking good. But I think I have discussed this in a very good detail in that video. So do check out that video. What I can do is I can probably invite some of my friends who are doing their masters in US and probably ask them to share their experience. So hopefully that will give us better understanding how things are in the US, and you can get more detail about the course. If you get 20 LPA as a fresher in India, how much will we get in UK as a data scientist? If you are getting 20 LPA as a fresher in India, I would highly suggest you to stay in India and take that job, because if we have to convert that in let's say pounds, probably it should be way more than 75,000 pounds, I suppose, per annum. So definitely, and it's hard for a fresher to get 75,000 pound in UK as a data scientist. So if you get 20 LPA in India as a fresher, it's a good thing to go for. You're inspiring. Thanks for making videos and interacting with your viewers. I mean, yeah, that's why. I mean, I really like helping everyone, and it's always good to see that I'm making a positive impact on the community. So, yeah, that's all matters to me. Do you need to know concepts in biology to do work in health sector? How difficult obtain domain knowledge? Oh, so the thing is, if you want to work in health sector, um, the thing is when you join some health sector based company, they actually train you on lot of different health related domains, so you don't really need to be worried about domain knowledge. You get trained there, so that is there. And uh, I mean, even if you go to any other sector, let's say banking sector or insurance sector or anything, they first train you on those specific things, and then you can actually work on that. So the important thing is you should be really good with your technical skills rather than worrying about your domain knowledge. But one thing that you can do is, if you are interested in, let's say, health sector, if you are interested in your banking sector or something like that, you can take up a project as part of your dissertation in that particular sector, which will show your intent in which domain you want to go to, and probably companies will be more interested in your profile in that regard, I suppose. Thank you, Rohan, for your kind donation. I really appreciate it. This is the first donation that I have got, literally. Oh, do you need to know any concept? Okay, that is done. Is BCU, is it Birmingham City University? I mean, I don't know. I will note it down, BCU, and I will probably search about it. So, good university. Good grades from this university with 7 years of experience in India may land a decent job. My field is accountancy. So yeah, you are coming from a complete different background, but yes, you definitely have a very good amount of experience. So if you probably apply in financial sector, I think it should be really good for you. And as long as you like the course content, uh, this should be fine. I will again look into the course content. I will let you know in the comment section. Today there are a lot of universities to review. It is going to take quite a lot of time, but yeah, I will try my best. So that's there. Uh, yeah. So if you like the course content, you can go for that university. But again, I will look into that and let you know. Are the Russell Group universities research based or applied science? I am looking for applied science one. Any particular university suggestion for? So the courses which you will go for, like there are two different type of courses. One is MRes, which is purely research based, and then there is MSc, which is taught based course. So there. If you want to do research, of course, you can go for MRes programs, and if you want to go for taught base program, you can go for MSc programs. And Russell Group universities do have really good research facilities. So if you are going for MRes, probably it will help you. And if you are going for MSc, they have collaboration with a lot of different companies where they do research work. So you will be able to find internship and stuff. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for your views and answers. I am more close to my decision. Good to know that. Thanks for addressing all our queries. No worries, I'm always here. I still feel a little confused, as in I looked at the course structure of software engineering MSc course, and I wasn't sure if it was a good fit or if it will facilitate landing a good job. So one of my friend, he did his MSc Advanced Computing from Newcastle University, and he has got an offer of around 80k pound or something like that. But he has, it is in London, of course, but still for London it's a really good package. So definitely, whereas in my batch for MSc Data Scientist, nobody has got that huge of a package. So that is there. So definitely, software developers do get more salary and they are more valued as compared to data science, because there's a lot of opportunities. So demand is more, supply is less. Probably that is the reason why they are getting more paid, and you are interested in both equally. So that's why for you, I think it's better to go to software development. But still, I cannot really say that you should definitely do that. But if you're not convinced, then you can probably go for data science. Or if you like the course content of data science courses more, then you can take that as well. If any company sponsors us, so can we leave that company after some time? Is it possible? Does it affect? Yes, you can leave that company. Uh, One thing which I'm not sure about is, will that visa will still be valid or will it get invalidated by the company? Because I have not seen any such cases and I have not been through any such thing. So I don't know. But one thing is sure, that you can definitely leave the company. And once you work for, let's say, 1 year or maybe more on a sponsored job, it's easy to find another sponsored job after that one. So once you have UK experience, it's relatively easy to find another job. So yeah, that is it. But I cannot really say what will happen to the visa if you leave the job. Can you apply for graduate roles while on? Yes, definitely you can do. And most of the graduate roles do want you to take post-study work visa. So that's there. The people that I know, out of which I think three of them are still looking for a job. Apart from that, I think most people have not three but two. Two people are still looking for the job, and they are sort of freshers, like 6 month experience or something like that. So they are freshers, and apart from them, most of the people have got jobs. So yeah, I can say that around 70 to 75% people have already got a job. Birmingham City University, please put some light on placement here. Is it worth? For placement here, that's a lot of money, 3 4 thousand pounds, because you will be working and you won't really use any resource for the university. So I personally think it's not worth taking four. I mean, paying £4,000 for placement here. So that is there, but if you are a fresher and if you feel like you don't really uh, you don't really I mean, of course, you are fresher for data science, but you have experience, let's say 7 years. You have 7 years of experience in accountancy. So I think you don't really need to take a placement here because you have some domain knowledge. So yeah, I think you should be well off without a placement here. That's a lot of money for placement here. For which uni did you do your course? From which uni? Okay. What is your qualification and current job and approx salary? Salary is no nothing to hide, or because I have literally talked about it in all of the Videos. So currently, I am getting 35,000 pound per annum. That's my salary. It's relatively low, but I'm living in Newcastle, which is one of the cheapest cities in the UK. So I'm totally fine with that. My university is Newcastle University. I mean, if you just go to my channel, you will literally find everything about me, whatever questions you have asked. What is your qualification and current job? My current job is data scientist, and my qualification is bachelor's in computer science and master's in data science. So yeah, that's all technical things about myself. Thank you so much for replying. One last thing, I think I should also mention that I am transitioning from aeronautics undergrad. Does this change anything? Yeah, probably. Because if you are from computer science background, then definitely companies do appreciate that more. And if you are not from computer science background, then probably data science is the thing to go for, because it's an interdisciplinary course and it doesn't really affect a lot uh, from which background you come from. So that's there. I mean, if I have to suggest something, I will definitely say someone coming from non-technical background or from non-IT background to go for data science, because that is much easier to make transition. But if you are dedicated enough, if you are willing to learn, it's not impossible to get into software development as well. That is just my thought. But at the end, you should be the one to make the final decision. What is your opinion about the recent post-study work visa statement from the government? I a little bit talked about this earlier in the stream, so that's there. But yeah, they are saying that they are gonna stop giving 2 years of post-study work visa, but I think it is gonna hurt the economy even more. So I think they are not gonna do that. It's just they are saying that so that people start coming even more, because they will fear that post-study work visa will stop, so they will come more. So maybe it's just a bluff, but I don't know. I mean, they are making all sorts of wrong decisions now, so they can probably make this wrong decision as well. So that's there, but yeah, I hope they won't do that. So yeah, that's my opinion. How many years of student visa we get for a 1 year's master's program? So your student visa will be valid for the duration of your course. So your course is for 1 year, so your student visa will be valid for 1 year 6 months. So yeah, so if you are applying for your visa, let's say in August 22, your visa will be valid till January 24. So that's it. I'm glad this has been helpful, show. Thanks, bro. It is really nice that you are putting efforts to help others. Just want to say that you look like a really nice guy. Last question. Thanks for saying that I look like a nice guy. Last question. Where are you from in India? I'm from Kota, Rajasthan. So my birthplace is Srinagar. My grandparents are from Uttar Pradesh, and we have been settled in Rajasthan. So I still say that I'm from Rajasthan, but I have literally traveled like most of the India. I won't say most of the India, but quite a lot. So yeah, I would say I'm from Kota, Rajasthan. I have my BSc honors in AI uh, and data science, and 3 years of work experience in Sri Lanka. I am planning to coming to UK for MSc data science. How hard will it be to find a job after my master's? You have bachelor's in a relevant thing. You have 3 years of work experience, which I'm assuming is in data science again. I think it should not be very hard for you to find a job. I think within 6 months of course completion, you will be able to find something, or maybe even before finishing your masters. So your profile looks really good to me. After 2 years post study work visa, what is the? Oh, thanks again. We'll be connected to you on Telegram. Yeah, sure. And one more thing before moving to the other question is on Telegram, I don't really respond to the personal messages. So if you are posting something in group and if I happen to look into that, I will be able to answer to that uh, because I answer all the questions on in the comment section. I answer most of the questions on LinkedIn as well. So it will be really hard for me to also reply everything on Telegram as well. So I don't really respond to personal messages on Telegram. But if you post something in the group, there are so many people and there are so many good people who are willing to help each other. So you can always post your questions in Telegram group as well. It's a really good community. After 2 years post study work visa, what is the next approach to extend the work visa and look for getting PR? So, so yeah, your 2 year post study work visa doesn't count to your PR. So basically, you will be starting from scratch, and you have to be on a sponsored visa for 5 years to apply for PR. So it is highly suggested that once you finish your masters, and if you want PR, you should go for sponsorship job right away. But if you are not able to get something, and if you get a tier two, or sorry, post study work visa, then definitely your chances will be more to find some sponsorship job, because usually when you take post study work visa and you join some company, and if you are working really good, and if you are actually making value to the company and company feels like yes you are worth sponsoring, then definitely the company will sponsor you. And So yeah, your chances of getting sponsorship job is more. But if company decides not to give you sponsorship, but now you will have 2 years of UK experience, which is really important for many of the companies, and you can start applying for sponsorship jobs there. So yes, it is totally possible to get sponsorship after your 2 years of post study work visa, and then you can be on your sponsored job for 5 years. After that, you can apply for PR. So with post study work visa, with 2 years of post study work visa, I think you will need 8 years in the UK to apply for PR. But if you get uh, posted if you get tier 2 sponsorship right after your masters, it will take like 6 years in the UK to get your PR, 5 years of your sponsored job and 1 year of your masters. As you advised everyone to come with some preparation, what website provide the best course you mentioned? So Udemy is like they provide really cheaper courses, affordable courses. So you can probably get some course for let's say 500, 600 Indian rupees. And if you go through that particular course, let's say MSc in data, you want to go for MSc in data science, and if you take a course, let's say data science, it will give you a very good understanding about what to expect from your masters. So that is one thing that you can do. But I think most of the Udemy courses don't teach you in-depth Python, but they do cover all the packages, so that should be good enough for you. How can we apply for sponsorship before applying to university or after getting our offer from? You can't do that. uh, no, it's not possible. um, if you are going for masters, then definitely you cannot apply for sponsorship jobs or something like that. But if you're not going for masters, then probably you can apply for jobs from India, if company is happy enough to offer you a sponsorship and hire you from India, then that is one thing that can be done. The stream is so active today. So much thanks to you and everyone. Yeah, actually, it's been already 1 hour 30 minutes. So today's stream is definitely quite active. I think it totally depends on how much time people have. If they are free, they tend to join stream. But of course, if they have some work or something, that is definitely more important for them. So yeah, that is there. It's good to see that today so many questions are coming up and we are interacting really nicely. Hi again, thanks for replying. One more thing, any good uni you would recommend for MSc in data science? So you have a good amount of experience, relevant experience, and your bachelor is also in this. So I think you can apply for those top Russell Group universities, but those are definitely expensive ones. So if you get some scholarship, we're talking a lot about sponsorship. If you get some scholarship from those universities, that is definitely uh, be very helpful. So the best university to do AI and data science is um, mm, University of Edinburgh. That is probably the best university, I would say. And so yeah, you can try to apply. And the good thing is you don't really have to pay any application fee, so you can apply to as many universities. But try to personalize your SOP towards a particular university and don't try to generalize one because it does not look good. So that is there. Not sponsorship. I was asking about scholarship. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's what. Today I'm talking a lot about sponsorship. Yes, definitely. You can get scholarship. Uh, there are different scholarships. So uh, there is this Commonwealth, which is really, really competitive. So if you have a really good, uh, let's say, profile, you can apply for that. But if you feel like your profile is not that good, then maybe you can apply for university specific scholarship. So that's there. And a lot of universities, I mean, almost all the universities have some sort of scholarships going on. So do check out their website. And some for some scholarships your application will automatically be considered, but for some scholarships you will have to apply specifically or separately. So if you are interested in some university, do go check out their fees and fundings page. There you will find all the options. It is definitely possible. For me, I had got around 4 or 5,000 pounds scholarship, which might not seem significant, but something is better than nothing, right? So yeah, is the Google's data science course. If you're asking for the course which is there on Coursera, I think yes, it's a good one because recently one of my friend had taken and he had a good positive feedback about that. Can I expect scholarships? Yes, you can expect something because you seem to have a good profile. Yes. Correction to my earlier question. Google's data science course. I meant, is it good? Yeah, it's a good one. Like I said. I have received admits from QMUL and Nottingham. Which uni would you recommend? And what's the reason? So QMUL has a very good course content. One of my friend has joined QMUL recently. Even I had applied for Queen's Mary University of London because the course content was really good. And the second thing is it is in London, so a lot of events happen in London. So if you want to go to those kind of events and meetups, definitely London is probably one of the best places to do that. So those are the reasons why I would feel like QMUL is good. About Nottingham University, their course content is good. I don't know too much about the city, so I can't really comment on that. Shit, I need to go and drink more water. Too much talking. Yeah, so I don't really know much about Nottingham City, so I can't comment on that. But their course content is good. But I think QMUL is a overall good package. So that's the thing because of the location and they are covering almost all the relevant stuff. They are also covering big data technologies, I suppose. So if I remember correctly, so yeah, that's good. How hard is it to find a job after data science masters? I have answered this question so many times. I have a video. I mean, if you just search how hard is it to find a job in data science programming Cradle, you will find my video. So I have discussed about that in that video. So do check out that video. You apply for scholarship while you apply for universities or after getting an offer letter. No, you can apply for scholarship right after submitting your application. You don't really have to wait for getting an offer, but there are some offers which would ask your confirmation or student ID or something like that. So those for those scholarships, you'll have to wait to get an offer. So yeah, that is there. Do check out the scholarship description. There are all different type of scholarships. And how to prepare myself well before I come for data science master. I mean, prepare for study so I don't struggle. Yeah, so like I told you, you can probably brush up your maths and stat from YouTube. There are good channels like StatQuest and Three Blue One Brown. Those are good channels, and try to learn programming in Python. So that should be helpful for you. University of Essex versus University of Strathclyde. Um, I've recently looked into University of Essex. Their course content looks good to me. About Strathclyde, I don't think I remember exactly, so I will um, I will look into that university again, and I will let you know. What's your opinion on University of Nottingham for MSc Data Science? Like I told you, the course content looks good, and about the city, I don't have much knowledge about the city, so I can't really comment on that. But as for course content, it is good. And lately, I've been getting a few questions related to Nottingham. That's why I've looked into their course content. So seems like a lot of people are interested in University of Nottingham. So seems like a really good university to me. So yeah, you can definitely consider that. What do you think about Master of Data Science Analytics at Westminster University? So again, I have not seen the course content of Westminster University, so don't know. But yeah, so I can again look into that. Today we have a lot of universities to look into. I mean, it will take quite a lot of time for me. The thing is, when someone asks me about the university, I just don't uh, go to the university course and page and look into the course content. I also look about the university in general, so that I can give a full answer to people, because that's why it takes some time to do all the research. Should I advance my knowledge more on Power BI and Tableau, or should I focus on ML and DL as data science role? I think you should be more focused on ML and DL rather than going in depth in Power BI and Tableau, because for most of the data science roles, they want people to have good knowledge of machine learning and deep learning, and very few job roles are have mentioned Power BI and Tableau. It's not like they don't want knowledge of Power BI and Tableau. There are some jobs which do mention these tools, but all the job roles will mention machine learning and deep learning for sure. After getting some hands-on experience, will it be good to move to UK or US for job? At this point, I think US is looking better than UK. So at this point, I think you should go to US. But if you are still uh, getting some experience, then you still have time. Just look how the market is going and what will be the future, and then you can probably decide to go to UK or US. So yes, definitely after having some experience, it gets a little bit easier to find a job in these countries, but as a fresher it's sort of hard. Do you know University of Exeter and Bath? What's your review about? They both are really good universities. And the course content is also really good. So I think the fees is a little bit high, but yeah, if you can afford those universities, definitely. And if you can find some scholarship, then definitely they are really good universities to go to for data science. Hey, your semantic segmentation video was really helpful. Can you create more such projects? Yeah, I mean, thank you so much for letting me know that that video helped, because that video I think did not do very well in general as compared to other videos, because I totally understand people don't really want to watch tutorial videos much unless they have very specific requirement for that. So that's why I did not create any other project. But yes, I do have plans of making videos like end-to-end data science projects, so that people get understanding about what to expect from data science without having to take different courses or stuff. So I have those things. And the next project which I'm planning to do is on natural language processing, um, which is entity recognition. So yes, I have plans of doing more such projects. So as and when I will get some time, I will definitely uh, do those kind of projects, because I already have done those projects, and I'll have to do a little bit of explaining and stuff and a little bit of code formatting. So yeah, I will do those things so that it will be easy for someone who is watching those videos to go through the uh, code after they have watched the video, and they don't have to come back to the video again. I mean, definitely it is going to hurt me, but at least it is more user friendly. So that's the thing. Yes, definitely I will do more project videos. Tell us a little, tell us a little bit about the data science master thesis and uh, the hardship you faced and the final decision. Is it so difficult? So I still have to get my results for my thesis. So I haven't got the results, but I have submitted. And the toughest part for my project was to get to know what stakeholders want, because my thesis or dissertation was the project which I was doing as part of my internship, and the internship was for National Innovation Center of National Innovation Center of Aging. Yes, so it's a tongue twister, and it's a long name. So yeah, they were initially not very sure what exactly they want. So that's the thing. So first, I had to see what they want. They had a lot of different goals, but it was not possible for me to do everything in just 2 to 3 months, because that was the duration which we had for our dissertation. And on top of that, we had to write our thesis report as well. So I had to first narrow it down to a smaller problem. That was the toughest part, I think. Apart from that, getting the all code and coding and stuff, and making the working project, it was not that hard. But if you are working on a project which was given by the university, because university did provide a list of projects under different supervisors. So if you are taking those kind of projects, I think your guide will, or the project instructor will definitely guide you in the right direction, and things will be a little bit easier there. The hardest part, I think, is the report writing. That's all. Are the doctors helpful and cooperative? Yes. And do you? discuss the final project or master thesis. If you just, I mean, I have a video about my internship, and my internship was my dissertation. So you can check out that video. Probably you will get more an idea. But if you still have some questions, you can always post your comments there, or maybe you can join our next live stream, which will be Saturday, 12 p.m. British summertime. And that also answers your question. How often do you come live? So I come live every Saturday, 12 p.m. British summertime. So yeah, once a week, because that's the time that I get. But if after starting my job, if I feel like I have more time, I can probably come more often for these live sessions. So yeah, that's there. We are almost about to reach 2 hours. So if you don't have any questions, I suppose we can end this stream. I appreciate your videos and work. You have really helped me. I'm glad to hear that, because that's the motivation, because it's always uh, good to know that my videos and these interactions are helping people. And if it is helping, don't forget to give this live stream a thumbs up, because it always tells me that yes, these kind of interactions are always helpful. And today we have again reached almost 2 hour, and I extended the 1 hour duration to 2 hour, because I felt like there were a lot of questions, and I wanted to answer all the questions, because it's always good to clarify the doubt. But as always, I always say that I'm here to share my opinion, my thoughts. But at the end of the day, whatever decision you take, it should be your decision. And do check out other resources as well, because everybody has their own view, perspective to look at different things in different ways. So whatever you feel is more reliable, or whatever you feel like, if someone's perspective or if someone's views are matching to yours, so do consider those kind of things. So yeah, with that being said, I think this will do for this live stream. And if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe to the channel. It's always good to see the family is growing. So yeah, see you guys in the next live stream. Have a nice weekend and enjoy, and don't forget to subscribe, share, like, comment, all those good things, and happy learning. All right, then bye.